damn mess. Don Fitz. Yo. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to Wednesday and Ladies Shoot Free Day, and I don't know, I was trying to come up with something else witty, and that's not my forte, so I didn't do that. Orange Beach, Alabama. Good morning, Mr. Ray. How the heck are you doing? Yeah, so Wednesday, Ladies Shoot Free Day. I don't know what else we have going on. We have lots of stuff in the store, so I'm going to go around and take a look at inventory. I'm a little limited on time this morning because I have a meeting that starts at 8:30 that I have to go to, unfortunately. I'd much rather sit out here and converse with you. So we'll take a look at inventory, and then we'll see what else we have to... What? Oh, you doing? Oh, you're talking to Ray. Gotcha. Rob, good morning. Yeah, so let's just go do it. We did get something cool in that I'm going to buy for one of my guns that I'll talk about in just a minute once I get there. Maybe, I don't know what I'm doing tomorrow morning. If I have an opportunity tomorrow morning, maybe I'll do an install and a shooting video or something. Really, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. All right, let's take a look at shotguns. Oh, our A300 is gone, but I do still have a 1301. So some smart person came in and snagged up that A300. But I've got a 410 lever action shotgun up there as well from Henry. And then I've got some Remington and Mossberg 500s, 590s, 930s up there. A couple of bullpups, Kel-Tec and standard manufacturing DP12. You just want me to see myself out of it, Don Fitz? Thank you very much. I appreciate you. Hi, Elizabeth. How are you? Awesome. That's great. Nobody really cares how I am, so I'm just going to move on. I know it's true.
That's true.
Nobody cares. And that's okay.
You said it, not me.
I know. That's okay. Let's take a look at what we got going on down here. I skip this side of the wall a lot because it's too random for me, so it hurts my brain. But we've got some cool stuff down here. I've got some CMMG 9mm pistols, a 5.7 Descent, Angstadt 9mm, 9mm MPX rifle, Ruger LC carbine, 1022, M&P 1522, and a Black Rain 5.56. I don't know why that one says purchase only. I don't know what that means, but
Maybe no layaway or...
Andy, good morning. I was sneaking around your lot on Sunday, Andy. We had my wife and I had...
That's where the picture came from.
Yeah. I had to go and check out that stupid blue thing. What is it? 4Runner. Yes.
And the Supra.
And the Supra, yeah. The Supra's for you, though. I can't drive. I don't even think I could fit in a Supra.
I'd still rather have the old one. Jelly bean.
That means nothing to me. But
94 to 98.
I don't know. 94 to 98.
Mark IV Supra.
Why? So let's turn this conversation to cars for just a
my
brief
gosh.
second. Because I have no idea, so I want education.
It's an inline six twin turbo, forged internals, so they can handle a lot of horsepower without doing any internal work. No pistons and rods and all that stuff.
So what makes the new
handle
ones?
a lot. They handle phenomenally. Really top end cars. I almost said guns.
That too. So why not the new one? I don't even know what year that one was.
Truthfully, I don't know much about the new one.
Oh.
It's just my
That was your thing
resistance.
when you were into cars. That was your
Yes.
car. So that's
Absolutely. I came of age during the Fast and Furious era, so that's like the iconic car.
Yeah, I was like that with motorcycles. There's an old school motorcycle that two different ones that I love that I would buy in a heartbeat if I could, and they're way outdated by technology and suspension setups and all that stuff now, but they were so cool at the time, and I couldn't afford them, and I just want one.
I'd say a Mark IV Super would still.
Well, yeah, that's a little. I'm also talking older,
Yeah.
but still.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah. Anyway, gotta go. All right, I thought. I'm not gonna lie down. I thought that said gotta poo. I mean that too. If you gotta poo, you gotta go. Although you can still watch me while you're doing that if you want to.
Don't encourage him.
Just don't encourage him. We just don't need pictures. That's all. But you do what you want, man.
Give him ideas.
I can see the smile on Don Fitt's face right now. Thankfully, that's all I can see in my head. We've got lots and lots of AR options up here, or just long gun options in general. Not all ARs. I've got a couple of bullpups to include this Tavor X95. I've got a Galil Ace up top. I've got ARs in 5.56, 308, and 7.62 by 39. This thing, I just dig it. I like that paint job. It's slick. Mark IV V7.
What is it? I can't even see it from here. Ooh.
Yeah. Andy, we haven't done the lead reclamation yet. That's starting next week. So, very observant of you. If you came by and you saw a whole bunch of bags sitting out in front of our place, those are bags of rubber. We're getting ready to replace and service our backstops. So that's going to be a process next week, right? Next week, yes. So we'll definitely have limited lanes throughout the week next week. We don't know exactly what it's going to be, when it's going to be, and how it's going to be. We just know there's going to be a mess going on.
We're at the mercy of
another. Be patient. Yes. Be patient. So, yeah, we'll start pulling the backstop stuff out, I think on Monday, Sunday or Monday. So, see how that goes. Back up here, I've got FN Scar 20 and a 15P. And I've got more rifles up here from SIG, Smith, obviously Daniel Defense, CMMG, Desert Tech. Let's see, did we get another 308? No, I've got two 300 Blackouts and two 5.56 Desert Tech rifles. Very cool bullpup design, super accurate. Good trigger for a bullpup. Bullpups have got typically terrible triggers. Springfield Hellion, and then some other Springfield St. Victor CMMG and 308, and I've got other CMMG pistols up here, both Banshees and Descents in 5.56, 9mm, and 7.62 by 39. So lots and lots of stuff. All right, this wall, we've got stuff on here, but I'm going to skip it for time's sake because I'm running short on time. Liz, I need you to do me a favor.
What's up?
Can you pull out one of those new comps, Shadow Systems comps? And here. I was just going to give you my key. So we got the new CR920P, which is a subcompact, double stack, skinny, comped carry gun. David Workman. Good morning, sir. Very, very cool. Somebody that works in our training department bought one yesterday.
Yeah, but I got to shoot it more.
Yeah, that's very true. You did.
I love it. It's a nice thing.
It's pretty slick. I'm seriously considering. Yeah, I'm very much considering it myself. But what I am going to buy is one of these doodads. So we have comps in there. We pull out one of the threaded comps, please.
Yes.
Yep, I do believe anyway. So this is what I'm going to put.
Oh, jeez.
Don't screw it up.
It's like a little.
It's a jewelry box
Yeah.
for men.
Hey, I'd take one of these over a ring any day. I'll throw it at you.
So, it's a new thread. Is this a thread on? I can't see it. I think that's a thread on. Yep, it is thread on. Thread on comp. So if you have a Shadow Systems with a threaded barrel, you can put that comp on. So that's what I'm going to do on my gun probably tomorrow. I was going to shoot a video of me shooting it and comparing it, but I need somebody else to be able to do that. We'd have to do some editing and all that stuff. So,
If I get to shoot guns.
but you're not here tomorrow. Big box, tiny comp. That's
All right.
okay. It's compensating. You're funny, Workman. Not at all, honestly. I'll tell you you're funny just because, but you're not. Anyway, we have lots of Shadow Systems pistols in here. You can get them integrally comped, sort of. It's not. I guess it's not integral because it does come off, but it's pinned on of sorts. The DR920P. If you already have a Shadow Systems gun and it's got a threaded barrel, well, then you can throw one of those comps on, which is what I'm going to do on my MR920L. Springfields, I've got Hellcats, XDMs, and Prodigies. Smith, lots of different options in here for Smith. Equalizers, Shield Plus, Shield EZs, 380 EZs, CSX, M&P 2.0s, and SDs. Workman, is it a self-indexing comp like the Hellcat RDP? Yes, of sort. Mostly because of the cutout in the Shadow Systems slides, that little angled cut. So the comp can only really fit in one way. So I'll say yes. I don't know what Shadow says if they officially say it's self-indexing or not. Let's see. SIG, lots of 320 options. AXGs, regular 320s, X Compacts, Legions, lots of 365 options, 365X and macros, X macros. That's where it's going to get confusing if we have an old one and a new one that's called a macro and one's called an X macro, but they're the same thing. I don't know.
Something like that.
X5 Legion, X10 if you need the 10 mil, and so on. Berettas, 92s, PX4s, and the new Tomcat. So, do you want to get that thing out?
I'm looking at the TAC ops of the 365 TAC ops. It's got a flared magwell.
What is this?
So it's the macro, but without the comp, and it's the TAC ops version. So it's got the only thing I can see visibly is the flared magwell and a 17 round. Well, that comes in the regular macro anyway, but usually the TAC ops comes with I think 4 magazines and maybe a holster or something.
That's so crazy. 17 rounds.
Yes.
Tomcat.
No, that's of course this one.
Key. I have a key.
What are you gonna make it out?
The Tomcat
Oh,
in 32, which I.
good luck.
Yeah. Good luck.
Good luck finding ammo.
I don't know. I guess for some people it's their thing and whatnot.
These are the
but
ones where the barrel pops
Yeah.
up, right? There it is.
there you go.
These are cool little guns, though. You can get them in different calibers.
They are pretty cool, but she broke it. There you go.
Didn't want to also rack the side. Woo. Interesting concept. Very
Yeah.
interesting.
I don't.
Chamber load that top guy. Load up your magazine.
I like that they put a big grip on it for a single stack gun, but I don't really understand the 32 thing.
It's so little.
It's so little. Andy, I'll try to do a how-to video on how to put the comp on. Anyway,
Those sights are tiny.
holy moly, they are tiny little sights. Yeah. Well, I guess if that's your thing, that's your thing. But we've got one. Let's see. FN, I've got some FNX 45s.
Oh, it doesn't even touch
But-
the bottom. It's like my foot on the gas pedal when I drive.
You can't touch the floor.
Well, I have to have my seat just right so because your heel has to touch the floor. Because if you're just pushing down in space, it's
Oh yeah, I don't have to worry about that, so I've never had that issue. FN 509s, FNX 45s, Canic, lots of options. Matei SFX Pro. The thing looks like it's got a 27-inch barrel on it. It looks huge. We got several Mateis and TP9s in different flavors. Glocks, 47s, 17s, 45s, 19X, 34. So a lot of 43X, a lot of 9mm variants. And then I've got some other options in there as well. Walther PDP Pro, Q5 and Q4, PPQ, Gearsign MC9, SAR 9, Bursa Thunders, and BP 9s. Ruger 5.7, Max, Security 9, EC9, LCP Max, Taurus G3s and 4s. We've not seen a G2 in quite a while. Are they even still making them?
I didn't realize that you could get them
Optics?
optic.
Yeah. They call it Toro. I wonder what that means. Taurus Optics Ready Option.
There
Maybe.
you go.
I don't know.
You should work for Taurus.
No, I should.
If I could move to Brazil,
The
maybe.
grandmaster of our jiu-jitsu lineage,
Mm-hmm.
Grandmaster Miguel, his brother owns Taurus.
Really? Well, that's kind of cool.
He's actually really big in law enforcement training and firearms training and just army and stuff. So, to go out to his place out in Georgia sometime.
Okay, let's go.
Let's go. Let's go.
What did we do yesterday?
Oh, we did some scenario stuff where we were trying to, I don't know, like draw a gun or.
Yeah,
Really,
like-
my struggle was just trying to figure out how to be a bad guy.
Yeah, that was. She was not very good at being a bad guy.
No, I was.
She's like, hey, give me all your stuff. No. Okay. She was not a good bad guy.
Not a good bad guy.
But we got to, try to make decisions on when you could or should draw a gun, and then were you able to, and then fight over it, and it was,
Protect your gun.
yeah.
Keep the other person from getting your gun, and try to get it out sneaky to where they don't realize they're getting your gun, and it was a whole thing.
It was the whole thing. It was
a
fun.
lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun. Liz is not much of a menacing threat type of person. No, she's not. She's not.
So true.
Use case. Lots of cool stuff in here in the use case. Some 1911s, several Glocks, SIG, Walther, Smith, FN, Taurus, Canic, Ruger, Carr, and Springfield.
I gotta learn how to think like a menacing person, though.
That's not easy. And we
No, it's
talk
not.
about that challenge a lot in our CCW classes. What did I do with my coffee?
It's over there.
That it's hard for you as a good person. How am I doing on time? I'm good. It's hard for you as a good person to even think that it's possible that somebody would come up and just punch you in the face just because you're there, right? For no other reason. They have no beef against you. They don't hate the fact that you're wearing, orange pants or whatever.
Or an orange hat.
Or an orange hat. They just simply want to assault you for the fun of it, or because they think that you have something that they want.
Get out of the way before you yell at me.
Okay, I'm out of the way. The floor is yours.
No, that's precisely the reason why I don't. Here's your key. God damn it. Anyway, so it was interesting yesterday. Here, take these. Before I fiddle with them too much. We were trying to think of scenarios, and I was like, pretend you're at an ATM, or we went out to his car and tried to see how that would look. If someone tried to carjack you, what kind of angles and things that you could work to try to get your gun out without being noticed, like as you're getting out of the car. And it also brought up
Should you get your gun out?
exactly, yeah. And like, you can't beat an already drawn gun, so that timing and whether or not you're going to comply, You know, all that stuff is, there's so many decisions to make, and pull this back. Hey, I learned some techniques to defend hair grabs. Thank you very much. So bring it. But it's definitely a big. Stop laughing at him. It's definitely more of a thing, you know, and it's not just your gun. There's so much more, more of a weapon up here between your ears, and that's the. Go ahead, say it.
I thought you were going to say between your eyes. That's what I thought you were going to say.
Yeah, I would say something like that for sure. So anyway, I think we should do more scenario stuff and think through that stuff, because I couldn't for the life of me think up ways that someone would attack me when I was the bad guy. I was trying to think of ways to foil his plan, or try to keep him from drawing his gun out, or try to talk to him in a way that could manipulate what he was thinking, or there was so many things that I was trying to think of and I couldn't. So happens to you all. I bet it does work.
Just like me. You and I have that problem. Working. Hair grabs. Definitely the first thing they go for.
Yeah. So anyway, I want to work on that.
It was fun, and like we were just talking about, just trying to think like the bad guy is tough. Just to understand that somebody's willing to hurt you. You as a good person are not going to do that to somebody else. So it's hard for you to imagine that somebody would do that to you. That they would put a gun in your back at the ATM, or like I said, just simply assault you for being in a certain place at a certain time. Right.
Or even just the strategy behind it. You know, like if you think like a good person, then you're only reacting and defending. But if you're not thinking how a bad guy could attack you, then you're already losing that battle. So you have to think of both sides, not just how you defend something. And I think I have a hard time being aggressive.
Yeah, I was just going to say, it's hard to hurt somebody.
Yeah.
It's hard to feel like, you know, when you fight with your brothers and your sisters and you're, you know, pinching each other and punching each other and stuff, if you really hurt somebody, you're like, oh, sorry.
Yeah, you feel bad.
It's a hard thing to commit to. I'm going to try my best to put this person in a position that they don't want to fight with me anymore. And then I want to go home, right?
Yeah.
Like that's my goal, is to do just enough to get the hell out of there. If I can, in one of the scenarios we did yesterday, at one point I just pushed her away from me. Well, when she came back at me, well, then it became a fight, right? If I had pushed her away and she had decided, okay, this isn't worth the effort, and walked on, that's the best outcome. So I don't have to worry about getting punched in the face.
Yeah, and so there was one scenario we did where I pretended I drew a knife. It was a pen. Still stab you with a pen.
She wants to clarify because she doesn't want you to think she was super aggressive and used a pretend knife.
Pretend knife. So I was starting to come at him with a knife. And he went through different levels of brandishing, which if you come to our CCW class, we will discuss ad nauseum about brandishing, and, you know, there's a whole thing to that. And at one point I said something to the effect of, are you sure you want to use your gun in a knife fight? There's all these people watching and people recording. You're going to be on the news tonight. And he said, I don't care. I want to go home to my family. And it was interesting. You have to think of that thing. You have to think of those things. What is your goal? If you don't have a goal, if you don't have a purpose, a reason to carry your firearm or defend yourself, you're going to have a hard time if you were ever to encounter a situation like that. If you don't have a purpose, a goal, you know, how can you make those decisions in the heat of the moment?
Yeah, and that's a huge thing, right? Where you have to worry about the perception. Even if you win the fight and you're right, right? Somebody attacks you, you respond to that attack. Look at the dude in New York that choked the guy out on the subway. He did a really good thing. And simply because of where he lives, his likelihood of being persecuted and prosecuted are way up. And that's what's happening, right? He is now a bad guy because he stopped a bad guy.
And Workman, that's a good point. It's 99% mindset, 1% tactics. There's a certain aspect, you have to have the confidence and the willpower to want to defend yourself, like you're worth defending, but then you also have to consider the consequences of the defense. So there's always that checks and balances. So him going home to his family was worth protecting himself with a firearm and being on the news later. Like that was his goal. So therefore, that situation made it worth it. So there's multiple fights, and the two, they're all big ones, but the fight you're in the moment, the legal fight that you're probably going to end up in, whether it's criminal or civil, the fight within yourself, especially if you took somebody's life, and then the societal fight that you're going to have, the people that think that you did something wrong, that you did something wrong because you defended yourself or somebody else from a bad person. And even if you didn't end that person's life, you simply choked. Now, in this case, the guy did die, but it wasn't from
the choke.
That, no.
and this guy knew how to choke somebody out, and he did, and everything was good, and the situation was resolved. But now he's being persecuted socially and prosecuted legally because of his actions, because he did the right thing, and that's sickening, and that's something you have to consider. Absolutely. That's why it's always best, if you can at all avoid it, to not get involved, to walk away, rather than trying to cause a situation to escalate. So I can show this guy how hard I can punch him in the mouth. All right, well, maybe that dude has been in a bunch of fights, and you're in your first one, and that's going to suck for you. Or
the guy draws a knife out in the middle of that.
You just don't. You just don't know. So be the bigger person. Check your ego and walk away if you can. Now, do the right thing. Be a good person.
Yes,
right?
for sure.
I like to think that I would help if I could. So I often say there's two different things, right? Like if I'm by myself someplace, if I'm the dude on the subway, I'm probably doing the exact same thing that dude did. If I'm on the subway with my family, I'm going to do the best I can to just keep my family away from that whole situation. And my goal then, now there's only so many places you can go, but my whole goal then is just to protect them. If it comes closer to us and I feel like I have to intervene physically to protect them, then that's a different story. Be a good person. Be guided by your own moral compass. You have no obligation to act if you don't want to. And unfortunately, sometimes that can be the best thing for you personally, not for the.
I wouldn't get involved in a situation like that. The likelihood of me losing a fight like that is substantially higher. So that's where differences in, disparity of force come into play. If I encountered that situation on the subway, even though I even practice jiu-jitsu, I wouldn't engage with that. I would keep myself safe.
Unless it came to you.
Yeah.
You just leave it alone. Be a good witness.
Yeah.
Right? Be a good witness. Don't wait for somebody else to save the day and then say, yeah, that guy didn't deserve it. Is often avoidance. Absolutely. We're not law enforcement. That's very true. It's defense of you or somebody else you have the right to in Missouri.
Yeah. One thing that John Correa says, active self-protection, he says, it's not when can I shoot someone, it's when must I shoot someone.
Yeah. Of course they do. Of course they do. Anyway, on that note, we're going to end right there because we got people lining up outside, and I've got to get to my meeting. So, great way to end the show there. You guys have a super fantastic day. Come out, buy something fun and cool. If you have a Shadow Systems with a threaded barrel, come and get a comp. We've only got 4 of them. There's only going to be 3 because I'm going to go buy one in a minute. Maybe tomorrow I will do a video on. I don't know why these little hearts are popping up. I'm sure because of the comment. But maybe I'll do a video of how to install it and all that kind of jazz. So, you guys have a super awesome day. Stay safe, be nice to one another, and we'll catch you soon. Later. Awkward
Doodles.
pause.